Hi guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about GMOs and what the heck a GMO is. So I'm sure a lot of you have been hearing about non-GMO or avoiding foods that are considered GMO. So what does it mean? GMO stands for genetically modified organism. And what's happening with GMOs is that companies are creating seeds or creating crops by cross-pollinating or taking genes from different plants and crossing them and making like a new plant, I guess you could call it. So like for instance, corn or any veggies that you see in the field, like a soy plant or a corn plant, they're most of the time GMO. And the reason why they're GMO is so that they can withstand herbicide or insecticide, and that is then to make sure that the crop lasts longer, right? So what happens is they don't make plants better nutritionally. They don't make plants withstand drought. They don't do GMOs. They don't genetically modify organisms to help the consumer, to help the farmer. They're doing it so that they can sell more and more, so that it doesn't get damaged by the insecticide or the herbicide. Okay, so what that means for you is that when the pesticide or whatever is put on to the plant, and it's a non-GMO plant, it's going to withstand that, and it can take more and more of that pesticide or that insecticide. Now that's all on the fruit and veggies that we buy in the produce store. That's the problem. So they're withstanding it and they're lasting longer with that, you know, those chemicals on them. So in America, we do not, they do not label if something is GMO. In many other developed countries, first world countries, they do not deem GMO food as safe. So every GMO food has to be labeled in other countries, except in America. And it really comes down to politics and lobbyists saying, you know, paying off politicians to not really run the bills through to be able to label GMO. And I know I don't want to get into politics here because that's not why I'm here, but I just want you guys to be informed about what GMO is and what it can do for you, or what it can do to harm you. So when you're eating something that is possibly a GMO product, and we don't ever really know for sure, then you're getting pesticides and insecticides and all those chemicals into your body. And as we've talked about throughout this whole thing, a lot of us have toxins built up, and that's not allowing us to get the nutrients that we need into our body. The only way that you can tell for sure that something is non-GMO is if it has this little label on it. You guys have seen that non-GMO verified, the NonGMO Project. So this is an organization, and unlike getting the organic label to be non-GMO certified, they don't really have to go through a lot of hoops and pay a lot of money to get that. So it's an organization, it's a non-for-profit organization. Unlike the organic seal, the certified organic comes from the government. So it's a little bit different. So this is a non-for-profit organization, and you can definitely check them out. Their website is nongmoproject.org. And just really quick, I just wanted to, I really just picked up this little flyer at my local health food store, but you know, I personally really try to buy things that are labeled non-GMO, because I just want to make sure that I'm eating food that is how it's meant to be, that it's not genetically modified. Okay, because really there haven't been a lot of studies on what not just the pesticides and insecticides can do to you, but what does it do when we're messing with genes and we're cross, you know, pollinating or whatever you want to call that, organisms. What does that do to our bodies? I don't know. There really hasn't been any long-term studies done. So, and like I said, most developed nations deem GMOs unsafe to eat. So that says something right there. But really, they say that these foods, I'm going to list off some foods that are most likely GMO, unless they're labeled non-GMO. And that would be alfalfa, corn, sugar beets, zucchini and yellow summer squash, canola, so canola oil, cotton, papaya, and soy. Those are almost always GMO. So those are maybe ones to look out for. And if you're going to buy those, make sure that you're getting non-GMO and any of that. Some others to just think about and look for that they are monitoring, the Non-GMO Project are monitoring, is rice, flax, wheat, relatives of squash, beets, and canola. A few of those are duplicates. But one other thing that I want to talk about, and we've talked about this in the video about meat, but when you are eating meat and it's coming from a farm that feeds their cattle or feeds their chickens or pigs or whatever with GMO corn, ultimately that GMO and those products are in the meat that you're eating. So it also makes a difference that you know where your meat comes from, you know what they're feeding the animals, just like we talked about, eating local, eating meat that you know where it comes from. So that's also something to consider. It can really be in a lot of places. And now the other day when I talked about soy, remember, soy is one of those things that's almost always GMO, and soy is in everything. If you're starting to notice that it's on a lot of processed things, and I know you guys are really working hard to stay away from processed foods, but just keep your eye open that it's in a lot of things. So like I said, I'm not trying to get into politics or tell you yes or no, but I just want you to have the facts on what GMO means, how it can affect you and your family, and to just really do your own research on it and find out what works for you and how it fits in your budget and how you decide to move forward with that. So I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about GMO? I know we all have different experiences and perspectives on this, so I'd really love to hear what you're thinking on the Non-GMO Project or GMO in general. Okay, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.